Astro Universe. Today I'll be talking about Aries Lagna. How will be 2024 for Aries Lagna people? So, considering this year, the most important thing we need to keep in mind while judging any year's prediction, you have to make sure what number is exactly coming in the summation of that year. So, for example, this 2024, if you do the summation of this year, it will come out to be number 8. So, 8 is the year of Saturn. Now, Saturn is very important for this year, and particularly this year, which is actually of Saturn. Here, Saturn will be placed in its Mool Trikona sign, which is Aquarius, Kumbh Rashi. Now, this year becomes really, you know, very important. And if you consider the last year when Saturn was in Kumbh Rashi, means Aquarius sign, that was in like 1993, 94, 95. Those years were also not of the year of Saturn. Those years gave summation of some other planet. So Saturn at that time was not governing those years. But this time, when Saturn is in Aquarius, this year is particularly 2024 is of Saturn. So Saturn has major impact for this whole year. So whenever year of Saturn comes, it gives responsibility to each and every person, makes you very hardworking, gives you a lot of pressure in that particular area, wheresoever it will be placed in your chart. And particularly, I'll talk about from both the Lagna and the Chandra Rashi, that is the moon sign. One thing that you need to keep in mind when I say it will give you responsibility, so don't consider it like you will get professionally all the responsibilities. Responsibility sometimes means even when you are at home, you are just a housewife, you can get responsibility of a child, you can get responsibility of some old person, or you get responsibilities of your own house, the people in your house. Somebody is sick, so you can get responsibility of that person. So responsibility means overburden of work, I mean to say. That could be in your career, that could be in your service, that could be in your home life, related to your job, profession, business, your children, anything, depending on how it will be placed in your own kundli. So this year is particularly all about Saturn. Now for Aries Lagna people, Saturn is placed in your Aquarius sign, 11th house. This will play a major impact because this whole year you will get a lot of gains and opportunities. Okay, your social circle, especially the kind of people you will get in your social circle, they will be much more mature, much more like older. If they are not older, then their thinking process, their attitude is very hardworking, practical, and very responsible. And from there, it is aspecting your first house. So somewhere you will also have that attitude towards your life. Now you will transform yourself, you will become very serious, very responsible, very hardworking. And similarly, the aspect of Saturn is going in the fifth house. Your children will also somewhere uh, feel responsible towards towards their studies. Even you will feel responsible towards your creativity, your children, all those things. The responsibility will be there. The same thing, it will be aspecting your eighth house from the 10th aspect. So Saturn will be governing your 11th house and will be aspecting your first, fifth, and eighth house. So that becomes very peculiar for this whole year. Now, talking about the beginning of this year, every year, whenever it begins for a particular Lagna, you must keep in mind that how the Lagna Lord, if you are checking for your moon Rashi, it will affect your mind. And if you're checking with the help of your Lagna, your ascendant, that Lord's placement, the beginning of that Lord for particular year will show how the whole year's pattern will be formed. Like for you, your year is starting with Mars. Mars will be in Purvashada Nakshatra in Sagittarius sign. That will be in your ninth house. So now because your first house lord will be starting its journey from ninth house. That means this whole year somewhere you will see a lot of transformations, a lot of movement. You will be traveling a lot, maybe to some pilgrimages also. You may go for higher education in some technical engineering field. uh, you will see that there is a lot of changes in your life. You will see a lot of changes. The bond between you and your father, there also you can see, because Mars sitting here, sitting in the sign of Sagittarius, which is the sign of Jupiter. It's actually a good signification, because Mars, whenever conjunct or in nakshatra of Jupiter or even in the house of Jupiter, they both are friendly with each other. So it's a good indication. This whole year is really good. It's like somewhere I should say the Bhagya Uday. And even because the Saturn is the year of Saturn, and the beginning of the year Saturn is in your 11th house, this whole year is all about you getting a lot of gains, opportunities, and even travel opportunities. You may shift to new places. Okay, there will be a lot of transformation in your career. Even you will see a good transformation of your bond with your gurus, your bosses, and even your father. So it's a good sign. If the Mahadasha and Antardasha is also of good planets, a good Mahadasha is going on right now, then this is signifying that at all the things are, all the areas are in your favor. So make sure that you utilize this time for your own benefit, for your own gains, because these all planets are going to help you this year 2024 for Aries Lagna. This is very brilliant time for you, especially for you, for gains and opportunities for yourself, for your children, and even for your spouse. Everything is looking very favorable because this year, Jupiter, firstly, will be in your first house. That signifies that most of your problems will be sorted out. Okay, in the specific, especially in the area of fifth house, which is related to your children, your own creativity, your own relationships. Then seventh house, your business, your partnerships, your with your own spouse, and Jupiter is also aspecting your ninth house. So ninth house is all about your father, your gurus, your higher education, your travels, your dharma. So everything. So Jupiter is also looking and aspecting the good houses. So this is also a great indication. And then Jupiter will shift to second house in April. That means again Jupiter will see major change, and that change will be specifically in the areas related to your home life, related to inheritance, related to your daily routine job, everything, and even your career. That career, if you're not in a professional life, you're a housewife, then it will be your karmas uh, related to your own household activities. These all things are going to see a new change, new transformations after April. So this whole year, especially for Aries Lagna people, because I'm talking about Lagna, because physically what is happening in your life is more important than mentally. Because I know mentally is definitely important, but sometimes some people are really pessimistic in their life, though the things are going really optimistic around them. But still, the mind is so engulfed in these negative activities that you cannot keep them out of it. So it is all uh, it all depends on how you perceive things around you. I've seen people who have everything in their life, still they are tensed in their mind. So how you should see your chart, you should see things physically happening in your life. So Lagna becomes very important. What is happening physically around you is more important than what is happening mentally inside you. Sometimes those mental things are like, everything depends on moon also, because even Saturn, Rahu, these all affect your moon sign. Definitely it affects your moon sign. But sometimes we have to neglect also these moon signs, especially when I talk about things which are going to fructify physically around you. So if you want to see that how Saturn is changing how Rahu is changing with respect to your moon sign, then consider these Lagna predictions according to the moon sign. That means they are going to affect your mind when I talk about something. Like, suppose I give you an example. Like, somebody has Taurus Lagna, okay? So, Taurus Lagna, for them, you need to see this Taurus sign for whatever physically is happening around you. But suppose you have moon placed in your Sagittarius sign. So now you should see Sagittarius sign predictions for 2024, but those all predictions will actually affect your mind instead of you getting affected physically. Okay, so I will let you know that how Rahu Mahadasha and Saturn Mahadasha and Sade Sati affect people. That's, why we consider moon for them, why moon is so important, especially for when we talk about the placement or the transit of Rahu and Saturn from moon sign. So that I will tell in some other lecture or something. But you need to keep in mind that when I am giving prediction, it's uh, all for Lagna, what is happening physically around you, what is happening. Okay, so for all the Aries Lagna people, this year is brilliant. I should say really brilliant if your Mahadasha Antardasha is also good in all the respect, especially for career, for gains, for marriage, for your higher education. Then this time can give you a lot of gains, opportunities to travel abroad, to go for higher education. You can even get married, and even you have a lot of opportunities to, get inheritance, also make money out of you can you can create money. How you can create money? Through share market, through FDs and all those things, so this is a great year for you people. So that's the reason I said, for Aries Lagna people, you have huge chance for you to see a new change in this year, new change to bring new opportunities in your life. So that's the reason I said this year is brilliant for you. The only thing you need to keep in mind is that maybe in October or in February and October, your mother or your father could have some health issues, and rest whole year you have great opportunity for wealth, for career, for even for marriage, and even for especially for higher education and travel. So it's a brilliant year, I would say. If you want to get your yearly prediction, your personalized year prediction for 2024 in respect of career, wealth, health and relationship, then you can contact me. And for all those people who are contacting me, I would like to tell you that it's a paid consultation, because I will be doing according to your Mahadasha and Antardasha. Some people asked me and have this doubt that why I consider Saturn as so important. So I would like to answer that 2024 is basically of Saturn, so that's why I have to consider it. And then this astrology is completely space time science, which works on space and time. Space is particularly your Mahadasha and Antardasha, whatever Mahadasha and Antardasha is talking about, in whatever areas it is focusing. Suppose your Mahadasha and Antardasha is talking about only career, okay, it's only focusing on career and wealth, then that is your space. Okay, and time is basically Saturn is called as Kal. So Saturn becomes very important. You might see, or you might have judged this in, if you have got knowledge of astrology, or you hear these astrological predictions and all, then you might have seen that whenever Saturn transit from one sign to another sign, like suppose from Capricorn to Aquarius, there something might have got triggered in your life, some new change. Whenever Saturn gets retrograde, and again a nakshatra changes there, or it gets retrograde, or it gets direct, then things change. So that's why this is astrology is basically space time science. And you need to think that what is your space means what is your Mahadasha and Antardasha that is going on, which is more important. And then this time, that the time is basically Saturn, so everything changes. And Other planets, like many of the astrologers give some really vague predictions of year and month, depending on if moon is shifting here and there, then this will happen, you will get this opportunity, you will get that opportunity, or your health will. So all these predictions are completely vague until unless you know what is your space means what is your mahadasha and antardasha going on, and then time will decide what kind of result you are going to get, good or bad. Okay, so that's the reason Saturn is very important, and this year is all about Saturn. So utilize this year, because if Saturn is governing the year and Saturn is already placed in its mool trikona sign, that is in Aquarius sign, then this year becomes very, very important, crucial for everyone. You need to uh, take all the responsibilities, become very hardworking and serious and practical, I should say. So that's all for Aries Lagna for 2024 predictions. If you really like this video, then please do subscribe to my channel, Deep Astro Universe. Thank you so much.